coming to you again. It's been a while since I posted a video. From last Saturday till today, I think everybody's aware of the attack by Hamas out of Gaza on the state of Israel. A lot of things have been posted about this event and what's going on right now. Not a lot of people know about the Gaza prophecies. I want to make you aware of some of those things. So we're going to be looking at that, and hopefully some of you will find this interesting because it affects your world. A lot of people think, well, gee, if I could just see miracles or Bible prophecy or things happening, and others don't want to. Well, it's going to happen because the Most High has ordained that certain things transpire at certain times, because He's working a work of redemption in the world, and I don't want you to miss out on that opportunity. So let's look at a few of those. I'll pick up the scriptures. I'm using the ISR translation. And you need to consider chapter 25 of the book of Jeremiah, or Jeremiah as most of you know it, and verses 20 to about 25. Now, a lot of people think that applies to the time of Nebuchadnezzar, or maybe to the time of Alexander the Great, or at most later on to the time of the Maccabees and what happened after that period. But many of these prophecies are cyclical as it relates to Israel and things in the world. And it tells you about a coalition in the last days. It mentions Gaza, the mixed peoples, the Arabs, and other coalitions that will come together at a certain time. Some of it on the text that I'm looking at is something that would have happened maybe during the time of Nebuchadnezzar, but a lot of it doesn't fit that past timeline. I know there's people in Christianity that are called preterists. They think anything related to Israel has happened in the past. There are people called futurists, mainly the dispensationalists, that think a lot of things are yet to happen. Well, I'm telling you, the yet and the past are coming together in the now, and things are happening. So you got to be aware of the Gaza prophecies. In fact, we're going to look at another prophecy in Jeremiah chapter 47, verses 4 and 5, which talks about Gaza being bald. That means scraped, clean, where, somebody has no hair, no bald. Art is bald. So we've got things going on right now where Israel's getting ready to move into Gaza and clean the place out. Now, a lot of people say, well, how did Israel's security, the Mossad, miss this? How did the CIA, the NSA, all these three-letter agencies that are watching everybody and every move everybody makes miss this? So, is it total incompetence? Did they know it was going to happen and let it happen? These are many of the theories. A lot of people are latching on to one or the other. What would Israel gain for letting it happen? I'll let those people who like to speculate on that speculate on that. But let me give you a third option. What if Israel and or the United States were blinded by the Most High not to see this coming? Consider that fact. I'll let that sink in for a minute. What if they didn't miss it? What if they didn't perpetrate it? But in effect, they missed it because they were supposed to miss it for some reason. So when we look at these prophecies pertaining to Gaza, we're going to look at, and I'm going to call some of those up for you, is Jeremiah 47, of course, 1 through 5. Amos chapter 1, verses 6 and 7. You'll need to consider the whole chapter. Context is important. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 4. For that says, Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon a desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at noonday. Wonder what's happening at noonday today. And Ekron shall be rooted up. You look at these in the context of Gaza, and remember, Israel, the Jewish state, gave up the Gaza Strip in 2005. Much protest happened because of that amongst their own citizens. But now they're back at it. If you look at Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 5, Ashkelon shall see it and fear. Gaza also shall be sore pained. When you consider that Zechariah is the prophet of the Second Temple period after the return of Judah from Babylon, I would submit to you he's also the prophet of the next temple period. He prophesies some things, and you got to look at all of Zechariah 9 and where it fits. Now, everything in the prophets is not in chronological order, because the Most High is not going to play his hand to those who are not really seeking him. But something will happen in Gaza that sets the what I call the Tekufah, or the cycle of prophetic fulfillment, moving. That started moving on Simchat Torah, at least on the rabbinical calendar, this last Sabbath or Saturday. We're going to see how things play out between now and Passover 2024. So I would urge you one thing. If you've not read your Bible, read it. If you say, Frank, I don't understand it, you're going to have to pray that Yah opens your eyes. You're going to have to be willing to lay down the suppositions of preterism or dispensationalism and look at prophecy from an Israel-centric standpoint. Because things are happening that will a ripple effect in the rest of the world, but Gaza, I believe, is the trigger event. So I urge you, if you're not right with the Most High, if you've not settled where your soul's going to spend eternity, you do that. Every Christian is looking forward to going to heaven, and hell with the earth. And I know that sounds like a harsh statement, but that's what most people think. Well, the Most High Yah is bringing heaven to earth. But before that happens, there's going to be a lot of hell on earth. And to the Christians out there that think they're going to get pre-tribbed, raptured out of this thing, don't be deceived. Please don't be deceived. Know whom you believe in, and understand you're not in some separate thing, entity called the church, the Gentile church, the universal church, whatever you want to term it. According to Paul in Ephesians 2 and Romans 11, you're grafted into Israel. You need to get a hold of that concept. And that's not replacement theology. That's Bible theology. So there's things happening in Gaza that's going to affect the Jewish people and all non-Jews. The prophecy back in Zechariah 9 is important because it mentions Judah as the bow and Ephraim as the arrows. Well, Ephraim, one of the tribes in the northern kingdom, has been sent into captivity for thousands of years. Couple thousand at least or more. Nobody knows they're Ephraim. Nobody knows where Ephraim's at. Ephraim, Israel did not return to Judah when the Assyrians took over and scattered the northern kingdom. Only a handful of Benjamin, Levi, and maybe a smattering of the other tribes got into southern kingdom Judah before the Babylonian captivity. But much were carried into the nations. Yet there's this important prophecy about Judah as the bow and Ephraim as the arrows. And I guarantee you, none of the prophecy teachers that I know of, even in the dispensational camp, understand that or talking about what it means. If you want to know more about Zechariah and its connection to the book of Revelations, I invite you to come to Sherit Israel, Kahal Yahushua, that is the remnant congregation in Yahushua Messiah if you're near San Antonio, Texas, on any given Sabbath, and we can be talking about these things. I thank y'all for viewing this. I want you to understand that Bible prophecy is happening in your day, and you need to understand how it affects you. Don't trust a preacher, a rabbi, or even me if you want to. Look it up in the scriptures yourself. Pray about it. Seek the Most High. Ask that the revelation of Messiah come to you, and you can be born again or born from above, whichever one has to be born again to enter the kingdom of Yah that's coming to this earth. Don't miss your opportunity. Thank you all for watching this video. We'll do a deep dive maybe in it a little more. We'll see how things play out in the world, on the news, in the state of Israel. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for Israel. Also pray for the Muslims, that their eyes be opened. Thank you all for viewing Frank's Eclectic Commentary. Check back soon.